All mountains of Mecca bear witness that to the oneness of Allah do I testify. For all that He's given me, how can I deny? My purpose in life should be only to cry. La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. There is no God but Allah. Muhammad is His messenger. La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. There is no God but Allah. Muhammad is His messenger. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad Rasulillah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad Nabi Allah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad Rasulillah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad Rasul of Allah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to the program Muslims in America. The religion of Islam is the fastest growing religion in the world, and a majority of that growth is taking place right here in the United States of America. According to most reliable estimates, there are more than 7 million Muslims living in the United States of America. Muslims have become valuable and vital assets to the American society. So please join me as I travel around the USA and introduce you, my viewers, to a few of the many Muslims in America. And welcome back to Muslims in America. Our travels around the United States of America has brought us here to Anchorage, Alaska. And we're here visiting one of the Muslim families here, our brother Imran Khan and his wife Eva. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
And thanks for inviting us to your home. And we just like to talk a bit about, maybe we can ask Eva, how you became Muslim and some of your background before you accepted Islam.
I was raised in a family that was Lutheran, and throughout my childhood I always had these periods I call like divine discontentment.
What do you mean by divine discontentment?
Where there's a certain time when I just like feel the world wasn't right, like there wasn't, I wasn't satisfied with the position I was in, and like one of the times was when I was in confirmation class.
And what is confirmation class? What is
confirmation? Lutherans go through confirmation class when they're about 13 or 14, and they confirm their belief. So they told us, like, have blind faith and just say, you have to go in front of the whole congregation and repeat what the pastor says, and that you believe that, and then you're part of the church as an adult, you know, after puberty. So that time I said, okay, blind faith, I'll just go and say it. My parents are watching and like that. But like that was one of the times I felt that. And then other times as well, I just like needed, I don't know, I was looking for something. Like I would pray and ask for guidance, but I didn't know really who to ask exactly. I mean, God, but I didn't know. The way wasn't that clear, like prescribed in Lutheranism, like how to pray exactly. Then one of these times also was after September 11th.
Now, before September 11th, were you Muslim yet? Or?
No, I was not Muslim. I didn't know anything about Islam.
Okay.
I maybe had seen a few Muslims, but I didn't know they were Muslim. I didn't know what that meant. And after 9/11, I started to question that and watch more TV and search on the internet exactly what Islam was and what Muslims were in.
But I meet a lot of people who tell me after 9/11 they started to want to learn about Islam. Why do you think so many people sought out to learn more about Islam after 9/11? Do you think initially it was to understand more about Islam, or it was to kind of know if what they were hearing in the news was really the truth about Islam?
Definitely, to know what was in the news was true or not, to the media information to find out if that was true or not, with all the other sources, so to check it out. And so that's what I did, and I met a fellow student at the university, and I had to ask him a lot of questions, and then I kind of realized that's a whole like different way of thinking. It's a whole different world, and there's like millions of people that believe that way, and started to slowly learn what that was.
What were the initial questions you asked about Islam?
Well, at that time, like I was still kind of scared. Like, what if there was a terrorist attack in Alaska, and what would I do? Where would my soul go? What would happen to me? And so then.
But that's, it's amazing how common that thought is, because even there were some people who accepted Islam in New York City and thought after this 9/11 that maybe the world is going to end now. And they had studied something about Islam and said, if it does end, I want to make sure that I'm Muslim. So that's a real amazing that I talked to a lot of people, and it's real common that they thought that, what if something else happens? I want to make sure I'm Muslim if something else happens. So I mean, you would think in your mind, just being, thinking logically that this happened, there's a lot of bad press about Muslims, that people would want to back away from Islam, but actually people were drawn towards Islam.
SubhanAllah, yes.
Okay, so how was it when you accepted Islam? I mean, this was after 9/11, and you decided to become Muslim.
Yeah, first I learned slowly about it. I had a copy of the Quran, and I started reading it, and all the answers were there that like I had in these period that I wanted answered in these periods of divine discontentment. Like
so you had already had some questions.
Yeah, all the questions you have like throughout your life, childhood and puberty, adulthood, that they were all answered there, and also the way to pray. I just put my head on the floor one day, and that just felt so right to just submit to God and just like let everything go, and SubhanAllah. Yeah.
So and after you became Muslim and you went back and told your family that you were Muslim, what was their reaction to that?
That it wasn't positive at that time. My father always like let us explore different churches when we were younger. And so he said it's okay, if